I am not a fearmonger. I'm just your simple neighborhood social worker. So, with the escalation in Iran, I have been doing a lot of reading and stuff. And I typically like to read both sides, whether left or right, conservative, liberal, whatever, to get a good understanding. And what I've noticed is that people get one piece of the puzzle correctly. There's not one person that has all the answers, but typically different people have a good piece of the puzzle. And so you just got to write out everything, document, and put the chain together yourself. So, long story short, I will say, um, I have learned a lot about the fertilizer situation. And my advice to people would be you always got to do what works for you. So, I'm in a metropolitan city, I'm in Atlanta. If something happens, I know for a fact like these people are going to lose their minds. If you're in the rural country area, you got to figure out like what works for me, what community do I have, who's available around me, what resources do I have, and that's the same for if you're in a city. We saw with COVID, people lose their minds because people are never prepared, and then a lot of people just don't have basic skills for survival or whatever because people are so used to having things handed to them. That's why I will admit it is good coming from like a background where you have to learn how to be creative and figure stuff out, but that's another conversation for another day. My best advice to people will be right now is to figure out like what is a barrier for you based on where you live, the people that you have around you, transportation, etc., and how can you develop a safety plan for you and your family or the people around you, your loved ones, community, whatever, just in case something does happen. Say if our technology is hit, the communication systems are down, you can't get in touch with loved ones, how you will you like remedy that? If people are acting up in the grocery stores, like what food items work for you that you can stretch for like a month and some change. Can you start to collect rainwater? Can you like grow a vegetable indoor or outdoors? Like what is available and what is realistic for you? I don't like fear mongering, but I also don't like people who are just complacent and just always think that, things will always be how they are and have always had stuff handed to them because that's definitely not how I was raised. So I just say go with caution and do what's realistic for you. Don't be that person that buys up everything. Like, come on now. Just have some common sense. Make a schedule of like how you'll ration stuff out if it really does come to that. I told my mom it's just us two. Like, we're just gonna start cycling stuff in our deep freezer every 3 months. So do what works for you and develop a plan. Happy Tuesday, by the way.